Hello, everyone. It's Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo and Benjamin Lesnick here for Bensday with Batgirl and Ben. Ben, how have you been lately? We missed last week.
Not too bad. My in-laws have been in town, which is always a challenge. I love them, but I also like to work a lot. So,
Okay, and I want to start off. Remember how I asked you if we can give away the starter packages on the show each week? I picked a name, and it's Sasha Creeder. So what would this person have to do to get that starter package?
have them send you their account, their email, whatever email they use for their account.
Okay.
If they aren't comfortable sending it to you, you can send it directly to me on the forums, and we'll get that edited.
Okay. If they send it to me, should I send it right to you or
Yeah,
create a ticket? Okay.
Yeah, as long as it gets to me.
All right. Well, congratulations, Sasha. You're joining the list of almost 1 million people that have gotten to this game already. And thank you very much. All right, Ben, I want to hit the big controversy that happened a couple of weeks ago now because we missed last week. And I think we declined to talk about it that first week because I just wanted it to settle down a little bit. But you had some kind of accidental leaking of like a major gigabytes of assets, right? And
Yeah,
I do
what
have.
you're talking about. No,
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
And I have to admit, I've seen some of them because, you know, with me doing the show, people always want to send me stuff, right?
Yeah.
So do you have like a statement on what happened and what you guys have done? Or is it just, what are your words on this? You know, what's your views on this?
No, it's one of those things. It does happen. Our big feeling is we're sorry that some aspects of Squadron 42 might be compromised for folks. I don't think there's any major story details or anything like that came out, but Chris definitely wanted to save some ship designs and some imagery as he described it as opening your presents early.
Yeah.
We're sorry that got out for folks who saw stuff they didn't want to. Apologize for that. I think the community's been absolutely great about it, about policing themselves. People who want to see this stuff are doing it, and they're doing a good job of warning folks. It happens. We learned a whole lot from it, not just about what to show on social media, but also about general security. It's one of those things where it felt absolutely terrible to have it happen, but it was a huge benefit all around. We got excellent press about it. It was everywhere. It kind of proved to everybody, hey, they are doing more than just coming up with ship concepts. There's a lot there that they're getting ready. Well, all around. It could have been much worse, but we're okay with it. It's not going to hurt development. It's we don't have shareholders who are impacted by it. It's just giving more interest in Star Citizen.
We're the shareholders.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I look at it two ways. It's like kind of like when I was standing there talking to David and who's the guy that does all the production work upstairs that used to sit in David's office that did all like the commercial stuff?
Let's see. Is it Travis?
Older guy.
Griffin. John Griffin.
Yeah. When John and David were in there and they were talking to me and I look over and they have the storyboard of Squadron 42 all laid out on the thing. I'm like, all right, I need to turn around so I don't see that. And it's like some people are like, why did you turn around? Why didn't you take a picture? And I love Chris's games and I love for them to unfold in front of me. And a lot of what happens in his games are the multi-playthroughs, playing through as different... making different options. Maybe you fail that mission and you get the next two. So I think that was a great way to put it.
And a lot of when I would play a Wing Commander game, the plot is definitely a big deal, but it's also very cool to find all the little things. Oh, here's where another ship is introduced in this act, or here's a new character, here's a new location. It all contributes to the experience.
Okay. All right.
But we've learned a lot about security. We're definitely making some changes there. We are also actually having a pretty beneficial time with folks who have some of the tools from the league, taking advantage of. You saw people changing the stats. They were actually doing us a favor, trying to rebalance things. But it's also, hey, here's a security flaw we have to patch, and much better to do that now than at launch.
Right now. I've got a question that has to do with security, and this question comes from Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo. So it has to do with security, but on my end, You know, when you think about it, my assets in my hangar, if somebody stole it, it would be grand larceny. So what type of things are you involved with to, in the very near future, protect us against somebody hacking our account, stealing it, guessing passwords, and, you know, pretty much melting all the ships, gifting them to somebody? How are we protected at this point?
We've actually had those protections in place for quite a while. We have a record of pretty much anything that happens to a hangar. And sadly, it has come up time and time again. It's usually not some hacking security flaw. Most of the time, what will happen is, oh, my buddy got my password and he went into my account and he traded all my ships to somebody. It's actually pretty easy to tell who is selling things in the gray market, who is trying to scam us. You know, it's an amazingly common thing. But I had 50 ships and they were all stolen. And look at their account and like, no, you never had 50 ships. We have a pretty good master look at that sort of thing.
All right, cool. And you can tell if somebody sold them on eBay or Craigslist or something?
The pattern is usually pretty apparent.
Okay. That's good. I like that. And there was supposed to be some kind of, oh God, do I have one over here?
You guys about two-factor authentication?
Oh, yeah, I have those things for Star Wars and for the Blizzard games. And obviously it's not on my desk, so I can't show you.
It's coming. It is coming.
It is coming? And is it going to be like a Starship-sized USB key we put into the USB port? No.
I don't know if it'll be a physical thing or if it'll be, things your cell phone. I think they have the cell phone.
I like the cell phone thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. All right, so I have a question out that Reaper asked, and it's because of the leak. So we already took care of that, folks. So we finished off the leak. So Reaper, a.k.a. we know who you are. He's in charge of our Black Ops division and the enablers. He wanted to know what you guys were thinking about that. So that question was asked for him. Stabby McPunch, very important. I would like to know, all the dogs, are there multiple breeds? Can they fight off boarding parties? So he wants to know about dogs. So we're having pets, right? Are we going to have dogs and cats?
We are having pets. I don't want to specify a particular pet yet, but you can imagine probably dogs and cats. Yeah. But no breed information yet. But today's dog news belongs to Fallout 4. I don't want to eclipse that in any way.
Okay. Next question. Can you confirm or deny Mark Hamill's tweet had something to do with Star Citizen?
I did see that tweet. I think there's a lot of people in England at any one time.
So that is totally running around the answer. So I don't know how to take that.
No, I actually have not seen the Squadron 42 cast list. I've been intentionally avoiding spoilers.
Oh, good. All right, that's good. So
if it were true, and nobody told me. So.
Well, Chris likes to surprise even you guys, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Celias, who I have shot in the back of the head on that platform quite a number of times. He's in my organization also. Will they have LTI for vet bills?
Pets are really a running theme this week.
Can the smarter breeds man stations? Shield control, for example. Can we start our own circus acts? All right, so what did I miss about pets when I was gone?
I don't know.
Was that when you were out? I mean, did Jenny start this big thing about pets or something?
I don't know. I mean, we announced pets a while ago. It was a stretch goal way back when we were still doing manual stretch goals. So I don't know why it's coming up all the time. Okay, so
Elias is really into pets, and do we have to pay more maintenance on our hangars because we have a pet, and now we need someone to pick up after it? So
your security deposit will be higher.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, this is getting bad when you guys don't bring things out. You need to get the PTU for the FPS out as soon as possible so we could get back into really good questions. Elias, I think next time we're flying, I might be taking you out again. Bad Donkey, he said, I would like to see if hangar-ready ship will be announced this Friday.
I don't believe we're announcing a hangar-ready ship this Friday.
It's soon, though, right?
Yes, we do have a next one in mind. It's I can't say, but
not concept ship, hangar-ready, one that's going to be ready.
Hangar-ready, yeah.
Okay.
Flight-ready. We'll have a flight-ready ship in the next major AC patch, but FPS is holding that up at the moment.
Okay, but that's already been announced. Isn't that the Merlin?
No, Merlin's not too far, but there's one before that.
Oh, amazing. And something we don't own already. I mean, we own, but it's not in our hangar. All right, cool. Is it bigger than Aurora?
Everything's bigger than Aurora.
I know.
Except Merlin. So yes, it is
Okay.
bigger than Aurora.
All right, so premium Shank. Well, it's just Renegade Shank. He still has that premium from when, if you put premium in your name, you could win an Idris or something like that. Was continued funding after Kickstarter always planned from the start, or was it decided later, after or toward the end of Kickstarter, to continue the funding?
It was decided at the very end of the original campaign.
Okay.
We set out to say, okay, we can make $2 million. We can then go to private investors and say, look how much passion there is for Chris's old game. It's still out there. Give us whatever we need. And that would have worked fine. But by the end of the Kickstarter, Chris saw what the community had become, how far over our goals we met, and he made the call that we were going to do this on our own.
Oh, I like that. He continues the question, how did the terms original and veteran backers come into being?
It all had to do with the ship prices and the LTI status early in the campaign. At one point, there was a literal difference in the accounts. Original backers had access to certain prices at certain ships. Veteran backers had access to others. I believe original backers had access to all the original campaign prices for the first year. Veteran backers, 6 months or something. I don't remember the exact detail, but it was an important distinguishing factor early on. I think the 1 year limit for whatever the offer was is done now, so it doesn't matter so much anymore, other than pride. I'm an original backer, I'm a gold ticket backer, and so on.
Okay, now I'm going to throw some gasoline on that to some people. Not to you, but people that are going to hear me say this may think I'm bringing the sky down on them. Do you think it would be fair that LTI for all ships that are paid with real money, and for the people that were guaranteed LTI on their ships, to give them lower ship purchases in the future for ships that might come out to make up for the fact that they're no longer exclusive for LTI?
I don't think, that's one of the, we watched the conversation very closely for the LTI stuff after the Starfarer Gemini, and that was certainly something we thought about, but ultimately opted not to go with. I think in the future you're just going to see us be a lot more clear about our plans.
Okay.
LTI, we didn't think we were going to keep funding the game this way. We ended up having to. I think that the best we can do is just announce when we're changing our plans. There's always going to be changes of some sort.
Well, my question is really based around the customer experience, around keeping people happy. Now, we do have some people that are elitists, and they're very few. Would you agree? They're not a lot. There's a lot of people that once they see reasoning behind things, they all of a sudden come behind what you decide, right?
I think so, too, yeah.
But it's really difficult to expect someone to pay. Let's say, what's the most expensive ship someone could buy inside of the game right now? Is it still, that's not limited, right?
Probably one of the higher constellations.
Right. So if it doesn't have LTI and they lose their ship because they didn't have insurance on it, there's going to be other options for them to get it back, right?
Yeah, LTI is never going to be the deciding factor in anything. It's just like maintenance.
Yeah, and at this point, not having insurance isn't going to lose your ship. You might just have to pay a premium to get it back in-game currency.
But I don't think people are even going to. It's just not going to come up that you don't have insurance. It's going to be such an insignificant process that you will have insurance, whether you got it with your digital pledge or you clicked on the insurance dealer in the game and spent some tiny amount of credits.
Will you be allowed to fly a ship without insurance?
You will, but it's the same way you will be allowed to fly a ship without guns or a ship without engines. If you do it, you're an idiot.
But if you lose that ship, do you lose it for good?
Yes, if you absolutely do fly a ship without insurance, you would lose it for good.
All right.
But we'll have other options after that. Hey, you could buy you have the opportunity to get a used version of the same ship for a lower price or something. There's all sorts of ways to do that inside the game.
Okay. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous ground because you don't want to upset people that came before where LTI really means something to them, me being one of them, but now I see the other side of it, which is if I'm spending $275 on a ship that has no LTI, I should have protection And I think that there should be a checkbox that you check inside of settings that never allows you to fly without insurance.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
LTI needs to be more like the golden ticket. It's a badge of honor.
Right.
It's not a changing gameplay.
Good. All right, we're done with LTI on this one. I know we bring it back every now and then, but it seems like I get those questions about it, and I just want to come up with my own ideas. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not very good. All right, from Christos. There are lots of forum threads discussing corporate sponsorship in the game on billboards and on ships, especially on ships racing in the Murray Cup. What is CIG's position on real companies and maybe player-run companies sponsoring ships and ads? And there are some great possibilities like Planetary Resources and Real Asteroid Mining Company and Orbital. You know what he's saying? It's like you could be making real money from it and also sell ads to people for their in-game corporations with the in-game money. It's a money sink to, reduce inflation.
So you will definitely see that. In fact, if you look at the whole CDE, they have actually billboards that you can populate on the sides of the ship, and we'll have a system for when it's an NPC hull, other people can rent that space.
Okay.
Our policy for actual corporations, you probably saw with the AMD deal where they never settle bundle, where we basically give you the companies two options. You can either have the 29th century version of your company, or you can come up with some other reason that the name is in the lore, which is what AMD went with, and they advanced the racing. They did the AMD racing team, use the same logo, but nobody's advertising microprocessors in the game. And like say we wanted to, for whatever reason, like McDonald's wanted to advertise in Star Citizen, it would have to be, this is what McDonald's is like in the year 2946, not, hey, go to get a quarter pounder right now. They need to futurize.
Glow Cat Nuggets.
Yeah. It has to make sense in the world of the game.
All right, so Dr. Jeffrey wants to know, the Idris P, do you know if the railgun and the ship-to-ship missile launcher can be replaced in the PU?
Yes, everything like that will be able to.
So can you turn a P into an M?
Yes, I believe we have promised some sort of upgrade kit for that. It'll be something you have to obtain in the universe.
Now, Chris's way of... Now, something I continuously tell people is that hull price and ship price are going to be different. The hull is what we're buying right now with a so-so outlet, loadout, right?
Oh yeah, but it'll be a bit more work to actually fill it out.
Right. It's okay.
No
I'm like looking at him. I'm beaming at him. I'm like, oh, he can't see me. He's got to look through you to see me. All right, so that takes care of most of the questions. But he gave me two more, and one's from people that we don't know that often. One's from Flint Nefarios, and ships wear out on their own and take damage on all their parts. Can we expect the guns to do the same thing?
Yeah, pretty much any component will suffer wear over time.
Okay. And if I step on a claymore and blow off and get tiny bits blown, will my rifle and grenade somehow escape unscathed?
No, everything takes damage.
All right. So Star Citizen, this is from Pappy Boynton. Star Citizen focused on different roles and ship roles. Are there ship roles we haven't seen yet, or ship manufacturers we haven't heard of yet? God bless you.
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are. See, Pappy, that was a quick question. And the last one, will genetics, bioengineering, or other science-oriented careers be available in the verse?
Yes, they will.
There you go, guys. That's the questions for this week. Ben.
In fact, I would say expect to learn a bunch more about science in the not-too-distant future.
Okay, awesome. Oh, yeah, that's right. You have more. You're getting more design posts as you get the multimedia and the, right? The different...
We are, yeah.
Okay.
And I think the Endeavor, when we do the Endeavor, which is not in the unforeseeable future, you'll hear a lot about science careers in Star Citizen.
And that's the hospital ship / science ship, which is different than an exploration ship.
Yes, it's. In fact, I believe it's been split off from being a hospital ship, so I think it's just a science ship now, and the hospital ship will be something else.
Oh, awesome. I like that. That's good. Good to know. Good to know. All right, so that's it for the questions this week. Thank you so much, Ben. So I want to remind everybody that we are giving away the starter packages in here. So if you haven't gotten into the game yet, have a friend that hasn't gotten into the game yet, and you want to get them into the game, this is the least expensive way to do it. Oh, he's got a Hornet. Look at that. And all you have to do is just send an email to starcitizenaa@gmail.com with who you are, why you want to get into the game. And honestly, guys, you cannot be in the game already to get a starter ship. A, it has no value. B, it's trying to give people the opportunity that haven't been in the game to come in and join us with our addicted buying of ships. All right, Ben, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope I get an opportunity next week to talk to you.
Absolutely.
I might be playing the P2 of the FPS, though.
I hope so. I don't know, though.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Fingers crossed. We're in an internal testing cycle right now. Once they let us start kicking it up to the PTU, we will very happily do that.
When's the go, no go vote?
Late this week, probably.
All right,
we'll have a better idea.
So maybe next week.
Maybe.
All right, good. Good luck with that. All right, and folks, with that said, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.